affect your movement if you're driving through that end as well. All right, then, so IKEJA Electric and You is the program, and we are said today we're looking at best ways of improving service delivery through IKEJA Electric. And joining me on the phone line is your regular person on the program, Halima Shuaibu, is External Communications Coordinator for IKEJA Electric. She's joining me right now. Halima, good morning.
Good morning, Victor. How are you today? Hope you had a fantastic weekend.
Yes, I did, and I hope you did too, from your end.
Oh, good.
Great.
Thank you so much.
All right, so what's the news from IKEJA Electric? It's been 7 days since we had a communication with you, so what's the news?
Okay. Well, of course, this week is kind of peculiar, not without the glitches that we had in less than 24 hours and the inability of some of our customers to get restored. Otherwise, as soon as the national grid, of course, gained normalcy, we were able to restore. Aside from that, we're good. As at this morning, everything is looking beautiful, except for people who have local fault. And like we always say, if you have a peculiar case like that, our doors are opened. Please reach out to us, and then, of course, get an SR number. The process will commence.
Right. So, Halima Shuaibu, I just need to probably enlighten some of our listeners this morning, because they might not understand. A lot of times we mention national grid, and some of them we're wondering, what's national grid and how does it work really? So you need to break it down for our listeners this morning.
Okay. So, well, we always say on this program, the chain, like it rightfully connotes, is a chain. So it means that there's a distribution company, there's a transmission company, there's a generation company, okay? And so if anything happens to any of the player in the value chain, it means that something would go wrong. So usually one of the most frequent causes is that when load exceeds capacity, it means that something is likely to go off, okay? So when something goes off like that, it will affect the entire national grid, which refers to where everyone is connected to. I think layman way, that's the easiest way to put it, where everyone is connected to. And so when one goes off, it affects the entire system, and that's why usually you would have what we call a system collapse.
Right.
And once that happens, it takes time for restoration to take place. And once the restoration starts from usually from the transmission company of Nigeria, and sometimes too it could be from the GENCO. Like I said, depends on where the fault has taken place, and then once that is done, restoration will begin to occur.
So the value chain is that we have some people that are responsible for generating the electricity, right?
Yes.
Then we have a company that is transmitting, and then we have the distribution companies.
Yes.
So at every point in time, this national grid, is it handled by the generation company or is it handled by the transmission company?
Okay, so like I said, because it's a chain, so everyone is connected to the National Control Center, which is being managed by the Transmission Company of Nigeria. And so, like I said, most times, the most frequent cause, like I said, is once demand exceeds load availability, it can trip off. And so that's exactly what happens most of the time. Okay, I'm not saying that that's the case in this particular one, because I'm not in position to speak for Transmission Company of Nigeria. So, but what I'm just saying is that that's the most frequent cause. And once that happens, okay, it means that supply will be off.
Right.
And then it will take time for that restoration to come back to normalcy.
Right. And this supply is not just for IKEJA Electric alone, it's for all distribution companies.
It's countrywide, yes. It's nationwide.
Wow. Okay. All right. So, but you're saying that once the grid is restored, you'll definitely be up to scratch in terms of...
Of course. As it is right now, except for people who have a feeder fault, okay, from our side, everyone is back on.
Okay. So it's only feeder faults that...
So I'm sorry?
Yeah, so it's only those that have feeder faults that might not be on right now.
Fault. Like some of our customers in Shangisha, some of them are out currently, and of course, hopefully by this morning, it will be restored. We apologize for that experience, but we're on top of it. Like I always say, if it's on our side, be sure that it's either you are lodging a complaint or we're already on top of the situation.
Okay, so I'm just having a conversation with some of my friends in the building this morning, and one of them did say that in areas like Folaguru, is that correct?
Okay.
Folaguru, that when they had the last national grid collapse, which is about 2 weeks now, that they've never been restored ever since. And I was wondering what was going on within that particular corridor. Do you have any updates on that within the Folaguru area?
All right. So, like I mentioned, after the second incident of the second grid collapse, which happened in less than 24 hours, some customers who are feeding from Oworo injection substation, who happens to be this location that you have just mentioned, areas like Bagada, Bariga, like you said, Oworo, affected. Those ones took time for restoration too, because it was still a problem from the transmission company of Nigeria that is located at the Eleron area of Oworo.
Okay.
Once that was now restored, only customers in that axis were affected, but that has been restored as far as I know.
Okay.
So I'll be shocked that anybody in Folaguru right now is off, because everyone is now back on.
Okay. All right. I'm sure that we might have to need to cross-check that as well. But let's talk about the service delivery. And you did say that for service delivery to improve to all the customers, there must be the roles that they should play as citizens. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Let's talk about that. What are the roles of the citizens if electricity distribution should improve under IKEJA Electric?
Okay, so as part of our own corporate governance policy, we're very big on whistleblowing. So we want our customers to partake and then see some level of transparency on our part as a business. And that's why we're saying that it's not enough to complain that people are extorting you. It's not enough for you to say that people are asking you money for things that they should do ordinarily. So, for example, on Wednesday, we were at Agboyi Ketu, and somebody was saying that people ask for money for them to get registered, to get metered. And we were saying to them, you don't have any business even going through a third party, okay, where people would now be asking you, where there will now be room for somebody to extort you. What we are saying is that use the whistleblowing platform to report such cases, or we have made it as easy as possible. And that's why we have made this process automated, so that you don't need to use, there's less human interaction. So on your phone, you can go to smartkyc.ikejaelectric.com and you commence the process of metering without using a third party. All this story of somebody who fast track it, they don't have any, there's nothing in the hands of, everything is automated. It passes through a system. So it means that nobody, whoever it is that is promising you that they will talk to a friend or talk to, it is not going to work. They are only going to collect money and then put the person in distress. It is an automated process. If you start it on your phone, you don't need to pay anybody. If you go to a business center, I would even advise people to probably just go to business center instead of asking somebody or calling a friend or somebody that would ask for money. Just go to a business center, probably just pay the person for the time that you are using in the person's for the service, and that's all. A lot of them already know how to do these things without having to ask for money. A transformer goes out, write a formal letter or go into the office and lodge a formal complaint, get an SR. It is when you tell people that people now begin to see it as a favor and they would now be asking you for money. And the whistleblowing platform is such that it is there's a toll-free line. There's also an email that you can send, and you are assured of your anonymity. Nobody is going to say, okay, this information has emanated from this. As a matter of fact, the number is such that when you call in, your number is not seen except you wish to provide your details, okay? And for the email too, the email address of the recipient is not displayed, okay? And then the whole process is being managed by Deloitte. So that gives you some comfort that, okay, your identity is concealed, except, like I said, if you wish to divulge, especially for people who want to get rewarded, because the whole process, like we said, is such that people can also get rewarded. Another thing you can also use this platform to is to report cases of theft. You see, we cannot continue to talk about the issue of electricity in Nigeria without talking about people who are stealing energy. A community in Akonwojo recently went out because, they are allowing people who are not authorized to come and hang wires. They hurt the transformer because all of these activities by unauthorized persons have a tendency to, destroy the transformer. Not only is theft going to affect especially unmetered customers, it's also going to, because these people are not authorized to work on the network, they now carry out activities that can destroy the transformer. And you know what happens when your transformer goes out? You have to go through the process of replacement or sometimes process of repair. Communities and customers don't want to go through all of this. Why not just report them? Help the business. And this is our own way of showing that we're transparent. We have made the process open such that if you have need to report anything, you can report through the whistleblowing platform.
All right, then. So always take advantage of that to make that report. But for those who are not very, very internet savvy, those who might not really be able to do all of that, are there other steps for them to take in order to get themselves on the right path, so to say?
Okay, you mean as per reporting and illegality?
Or even getting the required things like metering and all of that?
Okay, so like I said, if it's for metering, right, our own objective is to ensure that we reduce this human interaction where people say somebody's collecting money. So why not go to a business center and ask somebody in the office there to assist you? So that's like a neutral party. It's not connected to IKEJA Electric. So you can decide to reward the person, pay the person for his time and all of that. So you don't have to do it. Okay, so if you can't use the internet, you can't go to Smart KYC, for example, or you need an additional account. All we are saying is that you don't have to use our people to get it done. If you want to use a third party, maybe like a business center, it's fine. At least you're paying for a service, okay? And that's clear and straightforward. But as far as IKEJA Electric is concerned, we don't want you to say that in another engagement, Victor, a customer said that they were going to disconnect her because she had not paid, and she gave the money to somebody she claimed worked for IKEJA Electric. You won't believe that this woman in the past 3 months has been trying to find who this individual is. And these are the issues. These are the issues. You have to pay through the authorized channel. Make sure you get a receipt. Even if it's as small as 1,005, make sure that it's recorded. Make sure that a receipt is printed out for you. You are not paying to any individual person's account.
Right. Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. This is IKEJA Electric and you. And I know some of you are very eager to also be part of the program this morning. We'll allow that shortly. We'll hear from you and, of course, take some of your concerns. But in terms of metering, Halima, how far has it gone? How far have you guys gone in ensuring that people get meters under IKEJA Electric?
People are getting metered day by day, every day. I see people who have come to say, oh, the link you sent to me, oh, I did it myself, or my son did it, or my daughter did it for me, and it has gone through. Okay? You don't have any reason to delay, or if you have been advised at some point that maybe your meter is obsolete, you need a new meter, please go ahead and commence the process. Don't wait till you run into a crisis where, for instance, you have bought a token of, say, 50,000 and you're not able to load it. You don't want to go through that kind of stress, okay? We know how important electricity is in the running of our daily lives. You don't want to get to that point. Once you have either received an SMS or your ESR, what we call the Energy Sales Representative, has advised you, okay, to get a replacement, commence the process. Go to smartkyc.ikejaelectric.com. And the beauty of this, Victor, is that you don't even have to memorize this website, because if you follow us on all our social media handle, like at IKEJA Electric on X, formerly known as Twitter, if you follow us on at IKEJA Electric on Instagram or on Facebook, you will get up-to-date information, okay? Even all the communique that we have issued as per National Grid collapse, all of those information that you need, you would get them on our social media handle. And then you get step-by-step on how to get metered. All of those information, they're available on our social media handle. That's why it's important for customers to follow us on social media.
All right, then Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, IKEJA Electric and you, this program. We're going to take a short break right now. When we return, it's time to hear from you. And you know the lines, 080-99-120-777 and 091-5387-7127.
My brother, what is the problem with these NEPA people? They have disconnected my light again.
There's nothing like NEPA again. It's IKEJA Electric. Did you connect illegally?
I only called one electrician nearby to connect it for me.
What? You and that electrician are joking with 21 years imprisonment. It's illegal to connect or reconnect yourself or carry out any form of activity on IKEJA Electric network. Doing so will not only cause damage, it can lead to electric shock and electrocution.
21 years imprisonment, electrocution, God forbid. Please, I'm going to contact IKEJA Electric right now for proper connection to stay alive peacefully with my family.
If you want to connect or reconnect light, Kindly contact IKEJA Electric's nearest office to you and also report any energy theft you notice around you through IKEJA Electric's customer care numbers 01-488-3900, 01-7000-250, and 0700-022-5543, or send an email to customercare@ikejaelectric.com. IKEJA Electric, bringing energy to life.
Hey, have you heard the good news about IKEJA Electric?
What is new this time?
IKEJA Electric has made payment of electricity bills a lot easier through multiple payment channels accessible anywhere, anytime. You can pay using bank mobile apps and websites, IKEJA Electric website, and through their payment agents as well. The payment channels are convenient, reliable, and secure.
Fantastic!
Please pay your bill to avoid disconnection and ensure you collect or print your receipt as evidence of payment. Do not give cash to any IKEJA Electric staff for bill settlement, reconnection fee, meter bypass, or any of the surcharges. For more information, visit www.ikejaelectric.com. You can also contact customer care on 01-700-250 and
01-2272-940,
or send an email to customercare@ikejaelectric.com. IKEJA Electric, bringing energy to life.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, IKEJA Electric and You is the program, and I still have Halima Shuaibu, who is the External Communications Coordinator for IKEJA Electric, joining us on the phone line this morning as we're looking for best ways of improving customer service through constant engagement. All right, those of you on Awolowo Road, we did tell you if you're coming in towards the Secretariat, it's much better now. Normalcy has been restored while we're still awaiting men of the Lagos State Ministry of Energy Resources to come with the removal of that pole. I do understand. Also, we did tell you that if you're making that journey to the island, it's still looking good as well from the Bolade end. Ibejuleki axis, we did tell you that Eleko Junction, Eleko inside, looking pretty good this beautiful morning. Areas like Musheyo as well as Ori Meru, and places like Oshofun, right? And Akodu General Hospital, all those areas up to the Lagos Free Trade Zone, both in and out are looking pretty good. Same for the return journey as well. All right, then, so let's begin to hear from you. 08099120777. That's the numbers that you can connect this morning. 08099120777 and 09153877127. Okay, those are the numbers that you can call or perhaps send your messages to, and Halima will respond. Halima, some of them are trooping in right away. This one says, what are the reasons for the persistent national grid collapse and what could be done to address it? Onyeka is sending that one in.
Okay. All right, Onyeka, please, we would like to refer you to, if you go to NEC X handle, they issued a press statement explaining the reason for the last
Grid collapse.
Grid collapse.
Okay.
So would like to refer you to
that as well. All right.
Yeah.
This one says, good morning, Victor and Halima. Please, the meters that are to be phased out, are we the customers meant to pay for the replacements? Thanks. Yinka is sending that one in for me, Kotu.
Okay. The meters that are to be phased out, the customers supposed to pay for the replacement? The answer to that as of today is yes. And what I'm saying as of today is because there is no arrangement by the government to give out free meters as at now. The one we had, which was the NMMP phase 0, that process has been completed until the government announces a new scheme again before it can be sure of free meters. But as of today, customers with obsolete meters who might not be able to vend by 14th of November next month are advised to do that quickly.
Okay.
So, Madam, if you're listening in, please go to our website, smartkyc.ikejaelectric.com, and quickly commence the process.
So you're saying now that the old meters are going to be phased out by 14th of November?
No, there are particular meters, and those affected customers have been engaged.
Okay.
So they already know, yes.
So
those customers, which we put on our social media, if you go, you see they refer to them as the Unistar meters. Those are customers who use smart card meters.
Okay.
And so customers in that category, we've advised them, we've engaged them, we've sent them messages to tell them that they should. So I'm sure that is what Madam is referring to.
Okay, so this one is related to Onyeka's question. This one says, why is it that when the national grid is down, some highbrow areas still have light, while the rest of us are thrown into total darkness? It is not clear at all.
Okay.
Is that true?
Okay, in terms of, I don't know about whether the areas that get supply first are usually highbrow, because that's not the determining factor. It's not being determined by whether a place is highbrow or not. But the restoration is usually gradual. So it's not impossible to see that your neighbor in the other community, they've restored their own supply. It's not impossible. Okay. However, it's not been determined by whether somebody is living in a highbrow neighborhood.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
You didn't even put your name, by the way, so I hope that has been addressed. Let me see. We have some more. This one says, good morning, Victor. Please help tell your guest to elaborate on the issue of the Unistar meters going into extinction. It says customers on that set of meters were asked to come and apply for the new system of meters. Those meters were paid for by the customers. Why would they be asked to come and pay for another one when it was IKEJA Electric that changed the system? I think they should change it free, since they paid for the old ones. So the customers are not the ones who who decided to change. Please help tell your guests to elaborate on that. All right. So what's your response to that?
Okay. So if you recall, Victor, there was a time that we had to make all smart meters to conform to by going to our website to link their NIN and upgrade because of something called the TID rollover. So this TID rollover is being done globally, where you have to upgrade your meter. Okay, that way it's able to accept whatever token you vend onto it. Okay, so what that means is that even as it is, customers who own this type of Unistar meters, their own meters are already obsolete. Some of them have been using it like over 20 years and all of that.
Okay.
So those meters are obsolete. They are not able to work with
the new
updated payment platforms.
Okay.
What that means is that the new payment platforms cannot connect. That way, people who are paying on those meters will run into problems by that deadline that has been given.
Right.
So in order for you not to have that issue of not being able to load whatever it is that you have bought in terms of credit token, it's important for you to buy those meters. Now, speaking to whether you should be the one to pay for it. Like I said, as of today, there's no provision for that. However, note that people who bought earlier, who paid for meters, let's say some 5-10 years ago, some of them are already getting a refund in form of energy token. Okay. Yes, some of them are getting.
So that could also apply to this one.
Absolutely. So it means that what you're doing here is like an upfront payment. However, a refund will definitely come, but I cannot give you a timeline because those who are currently benefiting are those who bought in the early days. Of course, their meters are still up to date, but they are getting refund of energy token.
All right, then. So that was sent in by Shemilori from Ojudu. This one says, "Good morning, Mr. Victor. Please help tell your guests to." Okay, no, this was the same message. This one now says, "Good morning, Victor. My name is Tajuddin. Say, please ask your guests what's the meaning of the message we have been receiving about upgrade of IKEJA Electric that will disrupt bill payments on prepaid meter customers from October 23rd. He says we need more clarification, please.
October 23rd?
Yes.
I'm not sure. Maybe if you can you share that message with us? October 23rd.
All right.
Unable to vend.
Yes. Okay, so Tajuddin, we need more clarification for you. If you can send that message to us, would appreciate it. This one says, "Good morning, dear Traffic Radio family. Say, please, now that we are on band A, why are we still on 1 day off and 2 days on?" Oluwaloko is sending that one in. Oluwaloko, thank you so much. So, do we still have that kind of rotation?
All right, Mr. Oluwaluko, it will be very important for you to be sure that you're already on band A. So you might be getting 20 hours and the upgrade has not been done. Okay? So to be sure, you need to go to our website to get to check your feeder to be sure that you're on band A. So it is possible, yes, to be getting 20 hours, even though we've not gotten approval from NEC to get you upgraded. Okay? Because it is unlikely that you're on load shedding and then you now be made to be upgraded to a band A. So to get clarity, I would advise you to either lodge a complaint or send an email to customercare@ikejaelectric.com.
All right.
So you can either do either of the two, send them an email or go to the website to first of all ascertain that you have been upgraded to a band A.
All right, let's take a call. Lagos Traffic Radio. Hello there. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
All right, good morning.
This is Victor and again, good morning.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Andrew.
Andrew, go ahead.
First, let me thank God for everything.
Right.
Having said that, you see, IKEJA Electric, I don't know the words to use. They've not been up and doing. If I'm to give them percentage, as a corporate organization, I'll give them 0%.
Why now?
1%
that's too low.
Yes, it's not too low, Mr. Victor. You see, the Conde is quick to say than to implement. I'll make them abridged. When they say social media, do this, nothing is working on social media except you call them. And it's not everybody that has the grace financially to be calling. You pay. It's not a toll-free. I've called 7 times for this issue. I reported, though it has been resolved. After 23 days without light, 23 times 24 hours is 554 hours. 554 hours, 8 minutes. If not that I'm using prepaid meter, and the Spirit of God just told me to just lie low. I know what to do. NEC regulation says they are supposed to pay me for those 23 days. But I don't want to do that.
Okay.
I don't pray it happens again. It has been solved. How many people have that capacity to be doing all these things and endure?
So they need to be much more responsive.
Because
Okay.
why I said I give them 0 is go to the website, go and fill this, go and do that, or what is it called? Email. No reply, reply acknowledgement that they received from the 2 emails I sent.
Okay.
And the madam there, I sent a message to her. I said it on radio. Nothing was done. Then the UTM means the undertaking manager. I stand to be corrected. She's not up and doing. That's why I said I give them 0.
Okay, that's...
Call her personal number. She will not pick it. Call her official number.
Now, Andrew, this is for which undertaking manager for which particular business unit?
I'm undertaking.
All right.
She's not up and doing. And now, that is on my own personally. Now, in our area, in the same Amu, another place, we have not been having light since on the 9th of this month.
9th of October.
National Grid now came to it, but let's forget National Grid. It's the same cable issue.
So that we can...
It has happened times in 3 months.
Okay. All right, Andrew, because of time now. So what Halima is saying is, please just channel all your complaints, all the challenges to the undertaking manager of Amu, and of course you'll be attended to.
She's not doing anything. That's what I have to say. She's not doing anything.
All right, we'll take that up. We'll take it up. Thank you so much, Andrew, for that one. He did talk about the fact that when they send mails, even online, your people do not respond on time, and it feels as an organization they should be able to get feedback when these mails are sent. Quickly, let me allow you to respond to that, Halima.
Yes, Victor, we do respond to email. As a matter of fact, if you haven't gotten an SR by reason of lodging a complaint via email, it will be an anomaly. So first, you need to get the first way to know your message has been delivered is that you get an automated response. Okay? Before the email will now be treated. When the email has been treated, in the response, you now have what we call the SR number included in it. Okay? So I would advise, if that's the case, okay, you have to first of all check to be sure that you actually even got an automated response. That's the first way to know that your message has been delivered. And then you can do a follow-up email to them.
Okay.
Definitely get the response. Respond to emails all the time,
All right.
including where people even attach hard copies
Right.
to their emails.
Okay, this one says, I still don't know why it's difficult for IKEJA Electric to replace meters without charges. Said, I'm sure customers paid for the old meter and replacing it without fault just because IE wants to phase it out. This, for customers, I need to bring out money to procure the new ones in this hard economy, which after IKEJA Electric will lay claims to their meters that's as their property. So this is extortion to the highest order. I can't imagine customers buying dispensing machines to gas stations because okay. Anyway, you made your point. Let me see who's sending this one in. Comrade Ibrahim from Ikorodu, and this last one says, are there specific deadlines or targets for completing the phasing out of old metering? Okay, so do we have specific targets or deadlines?
Yeah, for the Unistart meter, customers are expected to have commenced the process of metering. Of getting a new meter before that 14th, because by that time we're saying that you will not be able to load whatever token that you have bought. So it's important that if you're a Unistart customer and you have been advised, whether via SMS or engaged, that you should commence the process of metering by visiting smartkyc.ikejaelectric.com.
All right, then. All right, let's begin to round this off right now. Halima Shuaibu. So what's the message to our listeners and what should they do? Tajuddin, I would love to have that message you sent again. You said you're getting some notifications on you not being able to vent by October 23rd. So let's see what that message is so that we can forward it to Halima and she can take action. But as we round off, Halima Shuaibu, what's your parting thoughts?
Okay, so if there's anything I've said on this program that you cannot remember, most likely the best way to get it is by either visiting our website at www.ikejaelectric.com or going to any of our social media handles. And the beauty is that our name is the same on all of the platforms, at IKEJA Electric, Twitter, or formerly known as Twitter X, Facebook, and on Instagram. Whatever it is that you need, you would get it.
All right, then. We'll leave it at that for now. Thank you so much for connecting with us this morning. Thank you, Halima.
It's my pleasure, Victor.
Okay,
Thank you so much, Victor.
All
Thank
right.
you so much.
Have a great day. All right, so that's how far we go on IKEJA Electric and you. They're always here to respond to you and also address some of your concerns too. Mike James has produced the program as usual, and let me just appreciate Marvelous Temidayo Ayegbede as well as Bridget Okwawu, both of them in the building as well. Let me appreciate our social media team, and that includes Okwemi Shodunke, Remi Aluko, Afe John, and of course Deborah Abolidioku. We do appreciate you. Okay then, so to our executive producer Tayo Akonli, my name is Victor Oteri. Have a splendid day. Bye.
My brother, what is the problem with these NEPA people? They have disconnected my light again.
There's nothing like NEPA again. It's IKEJA Electric. Did you connect illegally?
I only called one electrician nearby to connect it for me.
What? You and that electrician are joking with 21 years imprisonment. It's illegal to connect or reconnect yourself or carry out any form of activity